This is going to be like a 2017 recap, what I've learned, and what I'm doing different for 2018. The different things in my life, I guess. This is going to be a tad bit longer. I'm going to try to make it short because I've come to realize about myself I can be long winded. Can I? No, I'm not really long winded. But I just tell a lot of stories, and when I get into my story mode, I just talk, and I just go on and on and on and on. I can go on forever. I don't even know how I even remembered. Started off really rough, and okay, I keep looking out this window because I'm low key a stalker. Like I have one, two, three, four. I have four windows in my room. I look out every single window at every like all the time, and I just watch people. I'm a people watcher. I like to watch people. Who doesn't? You're gonna say you don't, but you a liar. Okay, I know you watch people whether it's the first day of school or you just watch them just because you have nothing else to do, or you're eating alone. And you're like people watch people. It's just what we do. Anyway, I'm just more open about it because that's just who I am. Okay, anyway, so 2017 started off rough, and then it continued to get more and more rough as the months went by. So January, rough. February, rough. March, April, blah blah blah. But I think through all the different things that I was going through in 2017, there are a couple things that like I try. I'm the type of person because I'm a talker. I say what's on my mind. You know, a lot of people get offended by that. A lot of people think I'm rude. What can you do? What can you say? My mother thinks I'm rude. She's just like, Carmen, you're rude. And I'm just like, I know. The first step is admitting that you're wrong. And that's just, I just know that I'm rude. I can be rude. I don't try to be. I think it's just because I'm just so straightforward sometimes. But anyway, 2017 was rough. But throughout all those different things that I was going through in 2017, I started to have a couple of things. Like, I started to have some theme songs that I would play all the time. I guess to just remind myself, like, yes, you're going through all these different things, but God is with you. Like, God has your back. You know, that's your homeboy. That's your dude. He's been there with me, for me from the very beginning. My relationship with God, you'll hear about that a little later, has grown so much. It's grown tremendously over the past few years. It was nasty. It felt like a little throat was gonna come out. Disgusting. Anyway, but yeah, 2017. Okay, I need to get my life together. Yeah, so I just had to remember, like, though you're going through all these different things, Carmen, you need to realize that God is with you. So I had a couple theme songs, right? So my main song for 27 was it 16? I think it was six. It was 16 going into 17. Is "You Are Not Alone" by Carrie Job, y'all. Me referencing this song, people just know. Like people would be like, "Oh, I sung your song," or "This is your song. Your song is on." They would turn it up and things like that, and I'd be so upset because okay, so this is what happened. I was going through a lot, and I ended up singing that song for like a special music or whatever. But you guys, I was going through so much. That was a song of encouragement to me. But singing it out loud, I was just like, oh my goodness, I can do this. So I was singing it, and I broke down crying. I do not cry in front of people. I don't really quite keep things in, but I just don't cry in front of people. Back in the day, I wasn't like a big crier, but nowadays I cry over small stuff. I see my nieces singing, I'm just like, I couldn't really see you because my eyes were so watery from the tears. And they was like, AllThingsCRay, it's not that, like, what are you doing? Why are you crying? It's not that deep. But anyways, so singing "You Are Not Alone" was just a lot for me. It did remind me, yes, Carmen, you're not alone. But it's like listening to it, yeah, but singing it is like really talking to yourself. I think I know it's not just me. It's hard to encourage yourself. I can tell myself, oh, Carmen, it's going to be okay. blah, 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 all these different things. But if somebody says the same thing to me that I said to myself, I feel more encouraged. So singing it was like someone saying it out loud. So You Are Not Alone by Carrie Job was one of my main songs. And then You Are For Me by Carrie Job as well. That I'm gonna put the links below so you can hear them. Melissa Otto, Don't Give Up. Y'all, let me tell you, God is so good. He's told me so much. And I think it's just hard a lot of times to keep the faith. My theme for last semester was walk by faith, not by sight. And you know how you hear people say that all the time, walk by faith, not by sight. We have different songs about it, all these different things. But it's just like when you're really in a situation, you realize that it's easier said than done. Like for real, for real. You can encourage somebody, oh, well, walk by faith, not by sight. Do this, this, and this. But it's just like if you are in a situation and you have to walk by faith and not by sight, honestly, I was just like, okay, Lord, you're telling me to walk by faith, not by sight. But I know you said this or all these different things. But it's like, do you see this? Do you see this? Do you like? I see it. I know you see it. So how are you telling me to walk by faith, not by sight? You're telling me this, but I see differently. I see different. So it was so hard for me. So Melissa Otto, Don't Give Up was just, I don't know. I loved it. The words, you guys, the words are everything. Please, Melissa Otto is just great. Just listen to her songs. Another song is Your Will by Jasmine Jacobs. Your will. You want to be in the will of God. Because once you're in the will of God, everything will line up. Yes, it may not be in your time, but God perfects what concerns us. He really does. So, your will, everything. And then this is a song from like this summer that, I kept repeating. And that Sweet Symphony, Dreaming of a City. And it's just like, yes, remember all these different things that we're going through in life. At the end, we do have an ultimate hope, and that is heaven, that city in heaven, Jerusalem. A blessing. So, yes, I had different theme songs, and through the different things that I was going through in 2017, my faith wavered. In my life, I have so many people. I feel like the person who's my biggest role model is my father, my dad. I love him. I'm a daddy's girl, ride or die. I love him to death. And he's the person that I feel like has the most faith I've ever seen in my life, like ever. And people see me and they're just like, oh, Carmen, you have so much faith. I want to be like you. You pray and this happens and this. And I'm just like, so many people say that I have this huge amount of faith, but I don't feel like I have faith. I feel like I have a little bit, but I don't really feel like I have a lot of faith. I really don't, especially with all different things I was going through. I'm like, look, where my faith at? Like, where is it? So I'm usually praying. I'm just like, Lord, help me to have more faith. Like, it's just hard. So, yeah, I went through this phase last semester, fall of 17, where I just felt like, I guess I was upset at God. Yeah, because I'm just like, okay, Lord, this and this, but where? Like, where? I would pray, he would tell me things. Okay, I did disobey, which is why something like didn't happen. I was really upset at myself, just like, so upset. But I think after that, I was just like, you know what? I'm so discouraged. I can't anymore. So I just came to the point where I don't even know how this ended up happening. So I have alarms on my phone, right? So I have an alarm for 12, for noon. I have an alarm for 6 and 9:30. And 12 o'clock, I pray. 6 o'clock, I pray for something specific. 9:30, I pray for something specific as well. 12 o'clock is kind of just like prayer. So for me, I ended up doing that. I've been doing that for a year now. Yeah, it's officially been a whole year. No. A year? Yeah. It's been a year now since I've been doing this whole prayer thing. I realized that praying, having specific times to pray is very important because there are in life, like you go through so many different things. Your mind is here and here. I'm an undergrad, so doing all these different things. Oh my goodness, these deadlines. Got to go to this club meeting. Got to meet with my friends. Like having time to balance and do homework and all these different things. Get my hair did. Anyways, like all these different things, and then you realize you don't really spend time with God. And I'm just like, God is a friend. You know, I want him to be my friend. I want to have a relationship with God, so I need to talk to him throughout the day. And throughout the day, if I do not schedule something in my time, if I don't put in the alarm, I'm not going to remember. Y'all, I'm very forgetful. Very forgetful. My friends will let you know. They'll be like, Carmen's not going to remember. She'll do this. There was this one time where I was supposed to hang out with my cousin. My cousin called me, or I had to call her, whatever. And she was like, oh, I'm coming over. I said, okay, cool. As soon as I hung up, I called somebody and I was like, hey, what are you doing? Let's do this. As soon as I'm walking up to go meet my friend, my cousin called and she's like, oh, I'm almost here. And I'm like, dang, how did I forget that quick? Anyway, so I'm very forgetful. So I put those alarms in my phone so I can have specific times to pray and talk to the Lord. Of course, early in the morning, I wake up, I do devotion, I pray, and then at night, I do it as well. And, but because of all those different things I was going through, I saw myself like dwindling, like my spiritual life. I didn't delete all of my alarms. I didn't cancel them because I wanted to still see them. My faith was so low that I was just I can't do it anymore. I felt bad. When I say I felt bad, like, it's not that I didn't want to pray. I wanted to pray, but I just could not. I could not. You know how they're just like, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak? Y'all, that's real. That's so real. Like, I know I needed God. I know I still need God, but it was hard. So 3.5 months ended up going by where I did not pray. I did not do devotion in the morning, do it at night. When my alarms went off, I'm just like, no, delete, dismiss. I'm not doing it. Yeah, like, I just couldn't. I was just so upset at God because I was like, you're telling me all these different things, but I don't see it. I know you're not a liar, but where are you? Type of thing. So that ended up happening. And what hurt me is throughout this time, the semester was about to end, right? Semester was about to end. There was this specific time where the Lord really convicted me, like, okay, Carmen, start praying now. Like, start praying. I know what you're going through, all these different things, but, start praying now. And I'm just like, okay, I should, but, okay. So, he put that on my heart, and I didn't do it, right? I didn't do it. And then, so, the school that I'm in, it's, we have to go to mandatory chapel. And so I ended up going to chapel. There was just like this thing that you had to do, this survey that you had to do. Did this survey before. I was like, how are they going to know it's me? You had to, like, after you did the survey, they put your name in a drawing so you could win a MacBook Air. I've never won anything in my life. I never win anything. That's just my life. Like, I just never do. So I didn't think anything about it. I did it. Went to chapel, nothing. Didn't think about it. And then it was like, oh, this is the last day to do it. I'm like, let me just do it again. Ended up doing it again. Went to chapel the next day. They're calling names. They're like, okay, so before we go for the MacBook Air, we're just going to call 5 names for a gift certificate. And for me, I'm just like, it's not going to happen. And I was like, if they say could, then I'm going to I'm going to look up because it's close to my name, right? So they're like, okay, so can I get a drum roll, please? I'm just like, as soon as they said that, I'm just like, take out my phone, start scrolling. Is my screen broken? Oh, well, this is awkward. Or maybe is it? Okay, I don't know. Anyways, so, yeah, they were calling names, blah, blah, blah. And then, let me tell you, y'all, they called my name, and I won a MacBook Air. I was so shocked. Let me tell you, I've been an Android girl all my life. I've been a Windows PC girl all my life. Like, all my life. So when I won, I was just so confused. I'm just like, oh, this is my name. Okay, well, do I get up? Okay, get up. Like, I don't know why. I was so nervous. I'm not a nervous person. I love people. I love talking to people. I love big crowds. I'm like, oh, a crowd? I flock to a big crowd. Some people are just like, big crowd? No, stay away. But I'm like, no, I love meeting new people, all those different things. So I went up, and they were like, Carmen, I'm just like, you have to show your ID, right? They was like, Carmen, I'm just like, it's me. And then I walking up there. Honestly, after they said my name, I went blank. I don't remember anything. I just remember my cousin being like, whoa, that's my cousin. I was like, that's my cousin, y'all. That's my girl, right? So that ended up happening. And then, okay, that was really it. And for me, that was kind of hurtful because I'm just like, dang, Lord, like I haven't spoken to you in months. I haven't prayed. I haven't spent any time with you whatsoever. And you made me win this. Why? I don't deserve anything in life. I haven't spoken to you. You know what I'm saying? Like as a friend, you expect to talk to your friends. Yes, you may not be like a needy friend, be like, oh, I have to talk to you every single day or whatever. But you want to talk to your friends constantly, right? Consistently. Even when you just want to talk to them. That's how God is with us. So the fact that I wasn't spending time with God, but He allowed me to win anyway, y'all, I went home and I cried. I was just like, Lord, why? And then I ended up going on a mission trip for Thanksgiving. That was before Thanksgiving. Going on a mission trip for Thanksgiving, and the Lord was just speaking to me, and it was just so crazy. Like every single day, it was like that mission was specifically for me. We went to Nashville, Tennessee, and that mission was specifically for me. Everything, the theme was for me. Everybody who did devotion, it was specifically for me. I would try to do devotion, and I would just be like, I can't. Like I didn't pray at night. I didn't do anything, but yeah, I was just going through so much, right? And then there ended up being okay. So December comes, we go on Christmas mission, which was in San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin. End up going there, right? Went there, then a family crisis happened. Mind you, my faith is already just like, I'm not praying to God, I'm not talking to Him. I feel some type of way about Him, like I'm mad at Him. And then the family crisis happens, and I'm just like, and I go, y'all, and I tell you, I go crazy. There are so many people who's never seen me go crazy. Mind you, I don't cry in front of people. But those few people who know me, when I get upset, I get upset. Like, I'm angry. I break things. Whatever. When I get upset, I get upset. So I was just going crazy. Like, this was a crazy thing that happened. And I was just like, man, nope, I'm done. I knew it, Lord. Like, I knew that you weren't for me. I trust in you. I would never say I don't believe in God. But I was like, I knew it. I just knew it, right? And then, so I ended up going home. I stayed with my family. And then I was still just like, man, I need to pray. And of course, it didn't happen, all those different things. And I was just like, Lord, help me. After a while, I just started saying, Lord, help me. Honestly, that's better than nothing. Yes, I'm not praying, but saying, Lord, help me, that's a step. That's a step that I'm taking. So I was like, Lord, help me. I want to talk to you, but I'm mad at you. I'm just upset. So going through all these different things, I'm like, man, I hope that once I come back to school next semester, I was not planning on coming back, y'all. I was not going to come back. I was going to just leave for the semester. Honestly, was thinking about it. I said it, and my family was just like, no, you need to go back to school. I'm like, no, I'm not going. They're like, you're going, okay? We came to America, you going. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So ended up coming back. And for me, I'm just like, okay, I think I can start my relationship with the Lord fresh when I come back to campus, because I'm now alone. I'm away from my family. I'm away from I have my own room. I can isolate myself whenever I need to. I just feel like I need that alone time. I thought I was going to be able to do it when I got home, but I have nieces and nephews, y'all. I'm so excited to say I have nephews now. I have nieces and nephews. So I have six. I have 4 nieces, 2 nephews. One doesn't live with me, but I love him anyway. But anyways, I have 4 nieces, 2 nephews, 5 in which when I went home to go visit my family, they're there. They're with me all the time. So I couldn't really have time for myself to do all these different things. So coming here, I'm just like, all right, I need to be serious. Like I want to grow with the Lord. I want to be different. I want the Lord to use me, right? So I ended up doing this thing. I got it from my friend, and I have mason jars, and there's 3 different mason jars, right? So there's one for prayer requests, one for testimonies, and one for prayer requests, testimonies, encouragement. Okay, I'll show it to you. prayers. These are my prayers. Okay, I didn't staple it on. Not staple it. I didn't put it on here yet because I ain't got no tape. I'm a struggling college student. I don't use tape often. And then I have one for encouragement. I'm gonna write Bible verses on there and put them in. And then I also have one for testimonies, of course. And yes, the prayer request is more. There are a few testimonies in here, but I'm looking forward for this to be the fullest jar. And yeah, because sometimes people are just like, oh, do you have any testimonies to share? And you're just like, no. But my goal is to just write my testimonies throughout the year, and then at the end of the year, open it, read it to see how God has been good, how God has answered my prayers. There's not just prayers about me, but my friends, my family, things like that. So that's a new thing that I'm doing. And I've just learned that, God is always there, no matter what you go through. No matter what you do to him, you don't spend time with him, you don't talk to him, he's not going to be upset at you. He's not going to be like, no, I'm not about to answer your prayer request. I'm not going to bless you because you haven't spoken to me in months. He's not going to do that. He's a merciful God. Like, he loves you. He just loves you. And I'm just like, oh man, that's crazy. So that's one thing that I'm doing for the new year. And I guess I also pray that I'm constant in my devotions, morning, afternoon, evening, my prayer times, being intentional, my relationship with others. So that's one. And then, so that's one. So far, this has been a good 2018, starting off. And the theme songs that I have for this year, as of right now, is Trust in You. Right now, Trust in You is my jam. Trust in You by Anthony Brown. Anthony Brown. Trust in You. Y'all, that song, I put that song on and I just bawl my little eyes out. Trust in You is just a reminder, trusting in the Lord. What else? God's Not Done With You by Taryn Wells. Those two right now are my main songs. And so that was just a little bit of my 2017 recap, what I've learned, what is up for this year. That's what's up for this year. That's really it right now. Just trying to be consistent with the Lord, prayer, request, not letting my faith waver, and just watching how the Lord is going to use me this year. I have a lot of goals for myself. So that's it. That was pretty long, but all right, so that's the end of this video. If you have any comments or if you have anything to say, leave them below as well. If you want me to do a specific video, also let me know.